Step 1, wake up, really gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yo. Set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 So life ain't easy, yo, I think there's a reason though. Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm high, other times I'm barely breathing, though. I always gotta fight and hide from my demons, yo. Negative thoughts are poison, they rot. Head full of flies, so here come the clouds. They'll never stop unless I can swap all the bad for the good in my head when I'm lost. Yeah, so I'ma fake it till I make it. Positive thoughts are overtaken, I got patience. One day at a time is how you operate a cadence. A flow, you grow, you show yourself a foundation. Stay away from all the shit that causes temptation. I know that I like to do it cause it's sensation. I live my life in my head like a narration. Don't expect greatness, do my best, man, I'll take it. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Wake up, really gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
As you wake up in the morning, you want to find the latest, greatest information about criminal cases and have an intuitive conversation about the suspects associated with these cases. Head over to the Bullhorn Betty channel on YouTube. Get breaking news right here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Coffee Club. Enjoy your stay and enjoy your day.
Many of you guys survived the Christmas holiday. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty channel, and we are about to get into Sebastian Rogers. Well, hello just realized I did not rebrush my hair before I came live. Oh, no. I have been working my little tail end off. Oh, my. I don't know how many of you are like me, but guess what? Christmas is all packed up. Lights around the house put away. Blow-up machines out in the front yard put away. I got the Christmas trees, both of them packed up, put away. I got, the only thing that's out the front door that I got no place for is the Christmas boxes that you guys sent me all the gifts in. I got a big old mountain of boxes out there and got no place, because now we got crappy garbage pickup. We only get one a week, and everything's got to fit into the garbage cans, and my garbage cans are full. I don't know where they think it's going to go. I don't know, but Christmas is done. Christmas is picked up, and Casa Bullhorn Betty is done. Bye-bye. We're on to the new year. We're on to 2026. We sure are up in the Bullhorn Betty Casa. It is nice to see everybody today. Oh, look at you guys. You guys have really just jangled our whole entire... Oh, you guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. You guys are the crew of awesomeness. Melanie, it's nice to see you. Our beautiful Sonia. Good morning. Well, actually, good afternoon. Good evening, guys. Good evening. What a day it's going to be. I hope tomorrow I'm not in pain. I'm just letting you guys know. I did a lot of work today. God knows how I'm going to be tomorrow. But if we have anything up from the last time I did the lights, it wasn't the next day. It was the day after. So we'll find out how bad we are in the next 24, 48 hours. Okay, I don't know how bad we are, but we might be okay. We might not. I don't know. We'll keep our fingers crossed. Melanie, it's nice to see you. Sonia, Eeyore, Blues, Denise is up in the chat. It's nice to see you. River, ho, Merry Christmas. Sandy, it's nice to see you. Phil, True Crime Junkie. Tammy, it's nice to see you, love. Let them 66. Hey, love. Thank you so much, Melanie. She says sending love to the love machine. I hope everyone had a nice Christmas. Look what I'm wearing. Oh, what is that? Oh, I'm a love machine. Okay, I'm gonna stop doing this. People are gonna start thinking they're gonna be having to throw dollar bills at me. We ain't that kind of channel, okay? We're just not that kind of channel. We don't swing that way, okay, y'all? It's bombastic. It's nice to see you. I hope it was a cute little thingy you did in the chat. I love that. That's great. It's good stuff. Veronica goes crazy. She just, for whatever reason, she can't seem to type in. Thank you. We always follow it up. You know, you don't have to worry about, you can just type, since you can't type in the super chat, you can always type in the next chat, because every single chat after you do the super chat's the same thing. I can never chat. It frustrates me. So next time, we'll have a system for you, Veronica, okay? We'll have a system for you. What you do is you'll give the super chat, and then the next message will be what you want the super chat to say. And we'll make sure we pick it up, okay? We won't miss it. I promise. Mama Bear says I'm the same way. We'll have to do a show, okay? No, I'm just joking. Now you're like, Betty, don't be so condescending. You biatch. I just gave you $10. I feel you, Veronica. I feel you. I wanted to slap me too. Okay, I'll do it. There you go. I threw a kiss back at you. Phil, it's nice. We got a very dysfunctional family. She smacks me, I throw her a kiss, right? It's like every single DV family we discuss on the Bullhorn Betty channel. I'm just joking. Good gracious, Betty. Phil, it's nice to see you from across the pond. Lisa, hey. Crystal Pistol, it's nice to see you. Oh, Maria, it's nice to see. Oh, look who it is. Is that Sweet Jenna, it's nice to see you there, girlfriend. I hope you're doing well. It's been a while. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, love bug. Deanna, it's nice to see ya. I think I said hi, Tammy, but I'm not sure. In case I didn't, Tammy, it's nice to see you, Vicky. Hello, hello. Diana, it's nice to see you. Texas woman, good evening. It's nice to see you, love bug. I hope you're doing well. We have Deanna. Lisa, I feel like I said hi to you, but sometimes I wonder if I just gloss right over you because I'm so used to saying hi to you. Lisa B. Always, it's nice to see you. Robin, hey, love, it's nice to see you. It's nice to see you. And this is a big shout out. I just want to say I did mess up some of the stuff. The pillow and the 3 toys for Delilah came from B. Betty fan, and I just want to throw this out there, B. Betty. I did sleep on the pillow. I love the pillow. I have to be honest with you. I love the pillow. The pillow was wonderful. I felt like I was sleeping on a dream. You're probably going to have to put the pillow up in the chat so everybody can get it, because if they're a side sleeper like me, they need that pillow. I like the pillow. I slept well last night. I mean, I'm still hurting for my neck, but that has nothing to do with the pillow. It feels better than it has. So that might have something to do with the pillow, right? Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Who else do we have? Ooh, we got, I think I said hi, Maria. Oh, looky. And she says, I hope you all had a wonderful Christmas. Let's find these missing kids and bring them home. Sending love and hope everyone has a wonderful new year. Love you all. Thank you. BMW Coupe, it's nice to see you, love. Casey, Merry Christmas. I don't know if I saw you before. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. It's nice to see you, Casey. Merry Christmas. It's nice to see you, Jackie. Hey. Who else do we have? I think I said hi to all you guys so far. Shadow, it's nice to see you. Big hugs and love. Been a while. Jewel, it's nice to see you. Mitty, hello, love. I hope you are doing well. Crystal Pistol, hello, Peggy. Vicky, it's nice to see you. Donna, Wild Wolf, oh, it's nice to see you, Wild Wolf. Kelly, Sherry, it's nice to see you. Or Sheridan, sorry, Sheridan Cottage, it's nice to see you. Selena, it's nice to see you. Oh, Nani McPoppins. Hey, love. Hey, love. Thank you. Because I'm a love machine. And I got a shirt to prove it.
I'm a tastemaker. When I talk, people listen.
Do what you love. You create your reality. Feed fear a suck-it sandwich.
Feed fear a suck-it sandwich. PJ, it's nice to see you. Happy New Year. Mom of 9.5. Oh, wrong chat. Let me go over to the other chat. Oh my gosh, I missed you all over in the other chat, Phil. Texas woman. Deborah, it's nice to see you. Merry Christmas. Oh, Lady O, Cheyenne. Funny Chess, it's nice to see you. I hope you guys are doing well. Mom of 9.5, I see you over there now. I'm sorry for missing you, PJ. Merry Christmas, guys. Merry Christmas.
You are a badass.
Ah! I love it. So I see that we all kind of have survived. Hey, Unicorn, it's nice to see you. The real me too. Hey. Betty, class sass, a little. Kiss my ass, you are, Jim. I love it. Rocking it into the Bullhorn Betty chat like, hey, on a Friday. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you're doing well. We survived. I looked around and I'm like, you know what? it kind of sucked this year. I put the lights up early. I wanted to get started on the, festivities, the Christmas festivities. Is the first time I've actually celebrated Christmas here at the homestead in years. And so I was kind of excited. And then I kind of got my, hey, Kaz, it's nice to see you. Merry Christmas. And then I love the Trump mug, I know, and the fake news. Oh, the fake news button. I haven't found that button yet. Ooh. Ah, damn it. I'm still trying to clean up the kitchen and the living room, y'all, okay? It is a mess. It is a mess. That's why I looked around and I'm like, this Christmas stuff's got to go. I got to pack this stuff away. So I got to put my living room back so I can figure out where the heck I'm putting all this stuff, right? And you should see my desk. Like, I got all the new stuff out here on the desk. Thank Robin. We're going to be using these, okay, guys? We're going to be using these. Knock my volume out. What did I just do with my volume? Just knock my volume. Oh, I hit a button. Oh, that's what I did. Ooh, I hit a button here. What did I do here? No, I didn't hit the button. Did I hit the button? Ooh, I did hit a button. Oh, can you guys hear? Oh, there we go. There we go. Oh my gosh, I got buttons on here too. Well, hopefully I didn't do anything. We know the responsible party. We're gonna have to because there's some bad words in some of this stuff. I'll just let you know. So we're gonna have to do it super, super early in the morning, starting January 1st. And we want to make sure that all of our Christian folks that come into the chat, you're gonna want to hold up, okay, about 15 minutes first thing in the morning, okay, just to let you know. So we don't curse your ears with the bad stuff, okay? So I'm just letting you know what's coming up January 1st. It's all Robin's fault, but you know what? She got it. She bought it for the chat. We're gonna have to read it. We're going to have to read it. Hey, Alicia, it's nice to see you. Oh, Lady O, it's nice to see you over here. Mama 9.5. Hey. Yeah, Sonia, don't come in too early, she says. See, Robin's a bad influence on me, Sonia. I just wanted to let you know. I let my autistic son keep the lights up till he's ready. I love that. I love that. Oh, that's so sweet. That's so sweet. Yeah, well, it's just me and Delilah, and, she's been so excited this year. You guys have seen some of her, just some of the, like, even the gift wrapping, that was so cute. Like, I really, really was enjoyable with her because she was just so curious, right? So, but I know that it was just time to start putting the house back to normal. It's just, I have to mow the yard. I had freaking, lines all over the yard like everybody else. The yard's looking a little, the yard's been looking a little gruff because I got half a fence missing. But, either way, it's time to get things, kind of back and ready to start the new year from scratch and build the year up. We also have with the badass button, we also have a little book. So I figured since this came with our yellow badass button, well,
you can do it.
I figured we might as well read the book with it. Why not? All right. But we will get the fake news button. We will. It's still out there. I haven't unearthed the fake news button. You got to remember how much stuff you guys sent to me. So I still got to find all the place. As long as my lights don't come down in the backyard, my son is okay. But the tree has to stay until his birthday, January 31st. Hence why we have a fake tree. Oh, I hope you come to see our new house, Betty. Oh, where is it? Well, you send me an email. Send me an email. And if I'm in your area, I'll definitely come and see it. Absolutely. So it's nice to see you guys. Now we're going to go ahead and get... Hey, Sherry. You're fine. We can hear you. Well, then turn the volume down. If you can hear me just fine, then I'm too low. I'm too low. Betty, where did you get your glasses? They look pretty. Oh, thank thank you. Actually, I don't remember where these came from. I don't know where I ordered these. I ordered because I have to when I need glasses. It's like my vape. When I need a vape, I need it right then and there. Like I don't have time, so I just order a crap ton of glasses and I just keep them all over the house. Okay, so when I need to reach for something, they're there. I don't know where these came, but I do know they came in a package of 3. And what I like about these, which is probably telling me I bought them from Shein, Temu, or maybe even Amazon, but I've got them where they're not transitions like go completely sunglasses outside, but they do put a darker tint when I'm outside, so I don't have to take them off, so if Betty is too loud, you're too old. There you go. That's cute. That's cute. That's cute. I love it. I love it. All right, guys. I know why most of you guys are here. You're mostly here because of the Sebastian Rogers. And if you guys could do me a favor before we get started on this semi-deep dive. We're going back to the beginning. We're going to be building. We have been building. We went back and read some text messages on my phone that I was getting ready to move over to the iCloud, and I'm like, whoa, I forgot about these. Whoa, I forgot about these. So you know what I did? I put Sebastian in the search bar of my Gmail, and I went back to the beginning in my Gmail. Now, granted, some of the stuff has JLR all over it because, at the beginning of this case, he was heavily involved with Seth. And then he got his feelings hurt. And then hey, Catherine, it's nice to see you. He got his feelings hurt. And then he kind of did a flipperoo and just tried to attack. He do anything he could to hurt Mr. Seth and the Sebastian Rogers case, At the end of the day, Chris and Katie are most likely responsible for whatever happened. At minimum, Katie, she was the last one that saw him. There's no possibility of this child, in my mind, just spontaneously walking out of his home being autistic. I'm sorry. It's going to take a lot more to convince me than that, But at the end of the day, thank you, Denise. Happy New Year to you, too. Yes. My mom-in-law, when she died, had over 50 PR classes in her home. I got so many frames from her. Yeah, I know. But, so let me just give you guys the Reader's Digest version, just in case somebody is new to chat and has never heard of this case before. Sebastian Rogers, at the time he disappeared on February 26, 2024, was 15 years old. We learned early on in this case he was a high-functioning autistic child that was a little behind in school, but for the most part was acclimating and functioning fairly normally, i.e. the high-functioning autism. So he got a little bit of extra, help or extra time on his work, but he was doing work with his class. So other students of his same grade were doing the same types of schoolwork, okay? He did have some, from my understanding, not only the autism, which was a later diagnosis, and I think the reason why he had a later diagnosis is because he had a missing chromosome. And I can't remember what the missing chromosome was, but I know it was a very, very rare chromosome deletion syndrome that he had, which actually most likely prevented the diagnosis of autism until much later, from everything that I researched early on about the that specific, again, I can't remember what. I remember it's like a 3 or 6, something 6, like a chromosome deletion, something 6, if I recall correctly. Either way, I remember when I did the research of that particular chromosome deletion syndrome, I remember learning from multiple doctors on YouTube that it would have hidden or been hard to diagnose autism, because and the reason why I'm stressing this is a lot of people wanted to know why he was just recently diagnosed with autism, why he wasn't diagnosed with autism early on. It had a lot to do with his chromosome deletion and how those symptoms kind of replicate autism. So that's the reason why I spend so much time explaining that to folks. But at the end of the day, he did go out with his mother on the 24th. We don't know what they did on the 24th, which was the Saturday, other than they went to Costco's, because we have the Optimism shirt photo. And that Optimism, hey Cinderella, it's nice to see you. That Optimism shirt originally, that we originally saw, he had like a slice of pizza and a large like Coke or something in front of him. That was actually a very recent picture. Many people at the very beginning thought that that was an earlier on photo, and it wasn't. That was actually taken on the 24th. Now, on the 25th, which was the Sunday that we are very accustomed to pretty much knowing or having an idea of what happened, according to Katie and Chris, where they woke up that morning, had the fun breakfast. He spoke to some family members to brag about having the fun breakfast. They lingered around the house for a little bit, and probably about 10:30, 11 o'clock, it sounds like they left the home to meet some, to go pick up a relative and to meet some aunts at BJ's, which was, again, much like Costco's, but it was their grand opening, so they didn't have to have a membership, and they wanted to go check out the facilities. And so that's what they ultimately did. And then, according to Katie, we're very unclear what they actually purchased at BJ's, but it sounded like they purchased some snacks, right? And she wasn't very elaborate on these snacks. She wasn't very elaborate on the groceries. She failed to mention that she was at Costco's the day before. What could she possibly want from BJ's? But again, she said snacks. They took them home, put them away. And we still don't know about what time they got home, other than Chris in one of his interviews say that he believes that they would have left BJ's before noon, and that was all he was going to say about that. So if we were to identify that and knowing where BJ's truly is, then we can kind of estimate how much time or what time they arrived home before leaving again. Remember, they left around 4:30 in the afternoon to head up to Strikes and Spares, and then that was a bowling tournament, so they were unable to bowl. And even though Katie told us that they played games, according to statements from At Night Creative Intelligence, it has been stated that they reviewed the images of what transpired inside Strikes and Spares, and that Katie and Sebastian went up to the register, realized that there was a tournament going on, and abruptly left. There were no game playing, despite what Katie had said, according to At Night. Again, I don't know how how accurate that is. Thank you for that. How accurate that is, but I have come to rely on some of the statements that At Night makes, and they don't ever state that they've reviewed a video without reviewing a video. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Big Mac Mike, it's nice to see you. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year's, Nanny of 8. It's nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. Fusion, it's nice to see you from Oregon. Hey, love. It's nice to see you. Nice to see you. We have 23 people over in the vertical chat. So, Steph, it's nice to see you over there. I think everybody else has already come over here. So if you want to come over here, you can. And for those that are in the vertical chat that are just kind of in the bushes, it's nice to see you. I hope you had a wonderful Christmas with your family and friends. And we are kind of talking about the Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers case. He's a teenage boy that disappeared from his home. We're coming up on a 2-year milestone in February, which, as you see, the Real Me Too is reminding everybody that we're wanting everybody there, all the people that can show up in Tennessee, to be in front of Sumner County Sheriff's Office on February 26th. Around 9 a.m. We're going to be there gathering for as many people. Now, those things may change, because I realize that it might be a little colder in Tennessee during this time. So We might come out in the afternoon versus in the morning for the group, because so we'll get all those things kind of coordinated and worked out a little closer to the time when we have more idea of what the weather's going to be like. But anyways, DeBoss, it's nice to see you, love. I hope you're doing well. So anyways, they went to this Strikes and Spares. It's been alleged that they immediately and abruptly left after they realized that the lanes, they did not, and I repeat, did not play video games. Katie stated that they played video games there for a little while. I don't think she indicated how long they were there, but that they were there and played video games, because there for a while many people thought that maybe he took off in his shoes from the bowling alley and stuff like that, and then we learned no, they weren't even there for bowling. Hey Pebbles, hey Connie, Karen, it's nice to see ya. So I don't know. Anyways, at that point they ended up meandering on over to the Texas Roadhouse, where we saw the infamous video. And inside the Texas Roadhouse, it appears that something strange is going on. We're going to leave it at that, because I'm not sure what's going on there, and I'm not sure anything really up after that, because that is the last time we see Sebastian alive. Okay? It's the last time anybody, any third party, saw that child alive. And guys, at the end of the day, we know that there are parents out there that are horrible, okay? We're coming off the backs of, what is her name? Courtney Bartholomew. We're coming off the backs of, what was her name? I can't even remember the lady's name, from Jaden Spicer, his mother. And then we just have the most recent case of Ashley Buzzard, which pew-pewed her daughter in the back of the head. Okay, so this idea that mommies, we shouldn't be looking at mommies and daddies, is hogwash, okay? It is just hogwash. You are more susceptible to dying by somebody's hands that you know and trust than anybody else's, okay? That's just the reality. Stauch, thank you, Jackie. Dreaming of blue skies and sandy beaches. It's nice to see you, love. I hope you're doing well. But yes, Letecia Stauch, another great example of terrible mothers and step-parents. So at the end of the day, we don't know what happened. I mean, is it as drastic as what just happened to Melody Buzzard? It could very well be. We found out that there is a possibility of carpet being taken out of Sebastian's room. And remember, we never even knew that there was spent shell casings or any type of shell casings at the Buzzard residence. What do we not know at the Proudfoot home? What are we you see what I'm saying? There was so much about the Melody Buzzard case that we really don't know forensically. All right? No matter how we look at this, I still believe that in those beginning days and beginning hours, they violated her rights. Now, many people says, it's okay to violate people's rights if it's for the greater good. I say that that's a slippery slope, and we all have to color within inside the lines, including law enforcement, okay? But I digress. At the end of the day, law enforcement did have multiple, and I mean multiple, search warrants of her residence on Mars. Hey, Medic Biker, it's nice to see you, love bug. I'm sorry, but I can't hardly stand to hear KP. I know. I get it, Nana. I get it. I don't like it either. But you know what? And we've got to try to find. I feel like Sebastian's out there, but I just don't trust Chris. I really don't trust Chris. I really don't. I believe Chris has done a lot to protect Katie. And at the end of the day, I don't think anybody should ever protect an adult over a child. Whether we have problems with that child, like that child or not. But I don't think we should ever put an adult over a child. I think it should just be the opposite. Adults make their bed. They need to lie in it. Children do not. We need to protect them. And we need to give them a fighting chance at life, right? And so I feel like Chris has absolutely protected Katie, and he's absolutely protected her from something. Just their behavior, the fact that he wouldn't let her speak without anybody being there. He knew from the very beginning something bad happened. Whether he knew it before he got there or he knew it after he got there, he knew something. And I'm sorry, I feel that in my heart and soul that he knew something. And we have to look at this case that he did go home, because we've had so many people, including the neighbors, talk about somebody taking the garbage out. We've now had the Sheriff Sonny Weatherford tell us that it was in fact him. Now listen, Sonny's not here. We can't ask him any further questions, right? And Eric Craddock's not speaking. But this is what I know. Despite how I feel about Sumner County Sheriff's Office, I've got to go back to the basics. And at the end of the day, they are a law enforcement body. I don't know any law enforcement body that would not be looking at this case and looking directly and squarely at Katie Proudfoot. Okay, no matter how much I look at it, no matter what they do, even if there was corruption, there's no amount of corruption that's going to be enough to cover this up. Okay, it may delay. Hey, Susanna, it's nice to see you, love. I hope you're doing well. It may delay, but I don't see where it's going to prevent. They're going to be looking at these people. This is investigation 101. I go back to the books. I go back to my research. I go back to law enforcement protocol. Now, where I have a problem with law enforcement, I believe you were getting close to finding him, and that's why they wanted you arrested. It very well may be. And not only that, I think it was the areas that we identified for searching. That's what I truly think it is. They went through my videotapes, and I think there were some areas that we touched that was very close, because you got to remember, none of this happened until after I left. So one of two things happened. They did it when we were planning on our gathering of voices, and we were talking about something that rang true, or and it was something that we were talking about at that point, or it was some place that we had went and looked at, and we said, this looks promising right here. This is what, and we were talking a lot about that pickle bag too. We were talking a lot about that, and I truly believe that he was taken out of that house at some point, and we have to look at this. So the way we're going to start looking at this is, I'm having a hard time not believing that those lights videos, But if we were perhaps to not consider those lights videos and say that maybe every bit of that is accurate, the law enforcement wants us away from it. Why do they want us away from it? We don't know. Maybe it truly has nothing to do with it. Okay. What else? At what point? Where would Sebastian, and how would Sebastian get out of that home when he didn't walk out on his own? Okay, there is only one other time that anybody leaves that house. And this is what is so suspect to me, is that there are too many people that acknowledge seeing Kathy's vehicle up at the Warsham's general store. The only time Katie left that house was that morning. This idea that she was searching for Sebastian, I don't believe it. We hear from the neighbors that that she backed out of her driveway and drove directly out of the neighborhood. That was according to Miss Bobby. We hear from At Night Creative Intelligence that she was like a NASCAR racer through the parking lot of the school. That doesn't sound right, does it? Because if she was looking for her son up at the school, wouldn't she be driving slower? And what happened to the vehicle that appeared to be Kathy Bowersox up at Warsham's. Nobody ever saw which direction that vehicle went, other than it was sitting on the side of the road for at least 10 or 15 minutes at a very, very early time in the morning. And the only other person moving about at that time, going toward that direction, was Katie Proudfoot. And she went past the school and past the middle school. It looks like she could have exited the parking lot at Warsham's. Because right across through that parking lot where the school is, there's the middle school. Then there's it's like a high school and a middle school. And then in the same like driveway, but there's two parking lots, but they're connected. And then there's an out exit on these that goes directly, that's on the counter side of Warsham's. So you could drive through the school parking lot to the other side and exit directly into Warsham's parking lot over a 2-lane, highway and into Warsham's. So right across the street. So it was in the direction, and then we see her jet back through there, and then all of a sudden that's when the mob crew picks up her movements and starts showing her where she's attempting to look like she's looking for her son. But at this time, hey, Gina, I hope you're doing well. I'm not sure how 6 people knew Kathy at Warsham's. To me, that's weird. Well, she's a well-known, from my understanding, a well-known realtor. And I think it first started out with, somebody saying, I thought I saw Kathy up there. And then another person had said, you know what, I remember seeing that. And then somebody went and pulled a trail cam footage, and we never heard any more about it than that. But there have been multiple people. I think it's because they know who she is. You got to remember, this is a small community. I mean, granted, it is growing, but there's a lot of generationals there. Everybody knows kind of everybody from that core unit. Now, granted, they are growing. Gallatin is having some growing pains right now. I was just listening to the mayor talking on a maybe if we have some time, we'll get back to that. Want to be sleuthing something says, as a realtor, she's likely on signs, benches, or was, and also has some board. She also probably also on some board, and I'd have to think that not only that, but she's with second generation, and it seems like everybody knows the family in the area. The small community build big real estate agents, so people apparently know her. So I mean, I'm not too I don't know. I kind of feel like in Summer Wells area, and where Layla Santinella disappeared, people know me. When we were walking in the parade, you could hear people saying, oh, look who it is. It's Bullhorn Betty, and waving at me and stuff like that. And I don't even live in that community. Okay, so I have to think that people, there are people that just know people in smaller communities. And there was about 6 people that saw her. That's what makes it so difficult, is that these people aren't communicating with one another. It started out with 1 or 2 people that came forward, then 3 or 4, and then 5 or 6. And I remember one of them was a man that came up and said, I even approached Kathy Bowersox and said, I know it was you. And she looked at him and said, I wasn't there. He goes, I know it was you. So, I mean, I wasn't there. I don't have any evidence of it, but we have to say that something happened. And there's only a few ways Sebastian could have left that house. And the only other vehicle that was inside that house that left that house was Kathy's. And it was very early in the morning before she called law enforcement. Let's not forget that. Before she called law enforcement. I'm in real estate as well. No one knew her, in my opinion. Well, I think it's poor for us to call people liars that were there, especially when it says I'm in real estate as well. I was in real estate for years. I can tell you, everybody knows what I drove here in my community. Everybody knows me. Here and abroad. I mean, like, if I go into, like I said, I don't know. I don't know if I agree with you 100% on that. That's all. That's all. It's your opinion, though, and you're entitled to it. So, but I know realtors like a Pat. She, like a woman in our community, is well known here in our community. So I don't know. I think it really depends on the area. You know, there's some larger areas that you're a dime a dozen real estate agent. But there's also smaller areas where you're not. You know, she's from Gallatin, and she probably sold a lot of the houses that are right around that general area by Warsham's, because there's only 2 communities there. There's only that new community that Chris and Katie live in, or excuse me, that older community that Chris and Katie live in, and the newer community that's being built right on the side of their community. So she's probably sold a lot of houses just there generally. Maybe, and you might be right. It may also be, well, I don't believe that, but I'm just telling you, I've had a lot of different people that were there, at least 3 people that I personally heard their own testimony. And, you know, I could be wrong. You know, my LiDAR obviously fails me here and there. So, you know, it's possible, but I don't know. When you have 1 person or 2 people, you know, then you can say, okay, well, maybe they're not getting it. But when you have as many people as 6 or more, I don't know. It's kind of hard to say all of them are not seeing correctly. You see what I'm saying? Because that's one of the things in journalism, when you have multiple sources saying the same thing, especially if they're not connected to one another, you know, you can pretty much run the story, you know, and in this case, there's 6 people. That's usually more than what we have to run a story with. Oh, thank you, Miss Robin. Thank you. I appreciate that. Did I hit I hit the heart and then I took it away from you. And Sonia, you can't. You've already done enough. You need to stop. I love you, honey. I love you. I've lived in 2 miles from the feet. It's okay. Just people want to act like Kathy is well known. She is not, LOL. Okay. So, well, all I can do is you know, say what I've heard from multiple sources. You know, that's all I can do. Whether it's true or not, I can't. I wasn't there. But typically, when you have that many, you can pretty much bet that it's probably more accurate than not. You know. But again, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not there. I wasn't there, and I came into this case almost a month late. So we put stuff together. So, anyways, getting back to where we are, we're back to the day of Katie looking for her son. Allegedly calls her husband within 3 minutes. It took him over 30 minutes to call law enforcement this morning. This particular morning, even though they came out over and over again, basically repeating that they immediately called law enforcement when we learned what time the call came in. It was at 6:33, and then we learned, hey, Mama Bear, then we learned from Seth, he was even called before they called law enforcement. For what? F sakes, right? FFS. I have a big mouth and everybody knows me. Well, welcome. We have a lot of big mouths on here. You'll blend right in. I'll just leave that alone. I'll just leave that one alone. Okay. No way to hide when you have a tenant who has a hubby working for me and his brother living behind me about a mile down my drive. Very interesting. So anyways, I was going back through some of the stuff that I heard, and here's some of the stuff that I came across, okay? This one was very shortly after, March 5th. So if you guys remember, March 3rd, Katie was on her first dry run with Duchess. Then March 4th was the green shirt interview. And then March 5th is Channel 5, which is Nick Barris's channel, Speaking about this case, so let's go ahead and go over to that right now. Ooh, I don't like the way that looks. There we go. Okay, let's bring it down. There we go.
Of Sebastian Rogers.
Give it a second.
The teen's mother and stepfather say he just walked out of their Sumner County.
Let's start it over.
Well, 10 days have now passed. Still no sign of Sebastian Rogers. The teen's mother and stepfather say he just walked out of their Sumner County home and vanished.
Yesterday, we heard from them for the first time pleading for their boy to come home. Our Nick Barris also interviewed his biological father.
Somebody has you, son. Run. Run to the next person you meet. Ask to use their phone and call 911.
I want to put this out here to you because I think it's very important to notate. I mean, we can go back to the green shirt interview if you need me to, right? We can go back to the green shirt interview if you need me to. But green shirt interview, they weren't speaking to Sebastian. They were speaking to the people that believed they had something to do with the disappearance of their child. Seth is speaking directly. Literally, this is March 5th. And Seth is speaking directly to his son in this interview. You guys hear the difference? Even as early as the beginning of March, just days after Sebastian disappeared. Days. Okay.
Somebody has you, son. Run. Run to the next person you meet. Ask to use their phone and call 911. Tell them who you are. Let them find you.
Authorities announced yesterday their search efforts have been scaled back. The parents have not been named as suspects, and we are told they are cooperating with this investigation. Originally, police told neighbors in the Shackle Island area to check any doorbell or home security footage from late last Sunday night to early Monday morning when Sebastian reportedly disappeared.
That was 10 days. Remember, they backtracked that and they wanted earlier time frames. When they do earlier time frames, they're trying to see something.
Now they are asking neighbors to check footage from earlier on Sunday. Here's another look at the photos we have of Sebastian.
This right here is the photo that was taken at Costco's on the 24th. Okay? This we used to think was an older photo of him. It was not. It was taken just that weekend. It was just taken on Saturday, not Sunday. But this is the photo Katie was pointing at all law enforcement and Seth. This is the one she was shoving in Seth's face when he walked in there saying, "Look, he looks so happy." She was trying to convince them that her son was happy. Why would she do that when she's trying to convince them he ran away? It seems like she didn't know what story she wanted to stick to at the very beginning of this disappearance.
See him. If you know anything about this, you are asked to call 1-800-TBI-FIND.
And then, of course, we hear from, again, like I said, we're going to be hearing a lot from people we don't necessarily respect much anymore, because of their handling of this very specific case. This is JLR when he got his feelings hurt. He decided to cross over journalistic integrity lines and start assaulting verbally and hurting as viciously as possible Seth Rogers, an innocent father. By the way, thank you, Dreaming Blue Skies and Sandy Beaches, for becoming a member. You've already been part of the family for so long because I'm a love machine. Ow! That's why she was taking pictures of him inside the restaurant. Very well could be. I mean, a lot of you guys believe that this was premeditated. A lot of people believe that Ashley Buzzard, I even believed Ashley Buzzard was premeditated. I was thinking it was premeditated for different reasons, obviously, right? So JLR says the mainstream media needs to stop covering this POS. If you guys don't know what POS means, it means piece of poo-poo with an S. Christopher Proudfoot has a history of domestic violence allegations against him. His ex just filed an emergency motion for custody of their child because of his dangerousness, and his 15-year-old stepson, Sebastian Rogers, is missing. And it says right here, Christopher Proudfoot's ex-wife filed an emergency motion for temporary custody 5 days ago. 5 days ago. And that's what was going on at this time. Right? And then also we have Pascal, because this is one of the first times shortly after, on March 14th. This was right before, if I'm not mistaken, this was right before Sebastian. This was right before the lights video from Nick Barris were produced. So let's go and watch what Pascal, or what this phone call has to say. Now, this is from my understanding that at this point, Seth Rogers had already spoken with some news people, and he had already spoke with some social media people. But here we go. This is pieces of the puzzle are missing. Sebastian Rogers' dad calls into the show, and this is the full conversation. We're not going to watch the whole thing, but we're going to get a gist of it.
Name and where you calling from?
Calling from Clarksville, Tennessee. My name is Seth Rogers.
Seth, first off, thank you so much for calling in. Let me just say that first off. Thank you so much for calling in. How are you doing?
About as best as I can. My son's missing. And I wanted to tell you thank you, because you're getting this out to more people. We've been passing flyers out.
It's so hard because we spend so much time on Chris and Katie Proudfoot and their statements, because we're, focusing on them because, obviously Seth Rogers has an ironclad alibi for the time in question. Chris and Katie's alibi is we were sleeping. And they weren't even sleeping together, so they don't even have each other, right? To alibi each other out. And when we go back here, and I never really focused on Seth at this time because I never believed it was him. Never once even before we found out he worked, at the jail in the middle of the night, I didn't believe he had anything to do with it, because mom was the last person with this child. But at any rate, I forget how emotional Seth was during this time, and we never got any emotion from Chris or Katie. That was one of the major things that we all talked about with Chris and Katie, is the lack of emotion, the distance, the callousness and coldness that came across every time they spoke of their son. They seemed to always have this way of dogging on their son when they spoke about him. And I remember, back at the very beginning of this case, it really rubbing us the wrong way too. And then just in this few seconds of speaking on Pascal, you hear this raw heartache emotion coming from the father. And this is what we've been missing from the mom and stepfather at the beginning of this case. This is only March 14th. And this is multiple online conversations Seth had during this time. And every time you saw Seth, you would hear the emotion and the grief and the urgency and the I want answers. And then the flip side of that is you had Chris and Katie that were really trying to put as many roadblocks as they could put up to find their kid, and just being pieces of garbage. And then that's kind of spiraled into them mocking Seth and his pain, which is just a whole different level of garbage. But just notice how emotional he is.
All the way to Chattanooga, we've got billboards all the way up to Memphis.
Yeah.
We reached out the balls to see if we can get flyers out there to try to find him. And I want to tell you thank you. Everybody who's helped me try to find my son, I appreciate it.
Of course. I mean, well, you know, of course, we are only here to bring your son back home. You know, of course, home to safety. You have a second. Of course, you called in, and again, I know that you're really busy.
Hey, Reba,
what have
Judy,
you been up
it's nice to see you
all day today so far. Can you give us like a little bit of a breakdown of what the day's been so far for you guys out there?
I've been out because it's me and some of his extended family that have been doing flyers and stuff. So I've been passing out flyers and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I've been going to businesses, passing out flyers. Everybody knows, but in my town, in Clarksville, everybody knows and everybody's seeing it. But tomorrow I have a trip planned. I've got 7 different locations I'm going to see if I can find anything that can put more flyers up.
Right on.
I'm going to the south side of Nashville tomorrow to put flyers up everywhere.
Yeah. No, I understand that. Have there been any leads, any leeway, any semblance of any type of hope in finding Sebastian in your search?
I always have hope. I always have hope. I got to have hope because
he's got to have hope. But I'm laughing at Robin's statement. Christopher wears granny panties. Oh my gosh, I got to show you this. Where the hell is my phone? Where is my phone? I'm going to have to go find my phone. Hold on. You got to see this. Actually, you know what? Maybe I'll be able to, hold on. Let me look at it on this one. I've seen it on Amazon and I saw it yesterday and I showed Laura. I'm like, oh my God, it's a gag gift. It's a gag gift. Chris pulling up like, yeah, I'm wearing the girly drawers. Woo-hoo! Well, guys, if you guys don't know it, Mr. Chris is in the house. I think it's this one. Chris is faded. Raise the roof. I'm just saying, if I didn't have the order of protection, they might have, Mr. Chris might have gotten a Christmas gift from dear old Bullhorn Betty. But since he's scared of the hashtags and all, well, we just left him. I thought you guys might enjoy that just a itty whittle bit. Just a whittle bit. Don't say I never gave you nothing.
I can't believe that he's dead.
Yeah. If you mind me,
I get up every morning and I hit the road. I drive around, put flyers out, and I hope that I get to see him. I hope I get to make a left-hand turn and he's there, or I jump on the interstate and he's walking himself to me.
Oh, you guys hear this? It's breaking my heart. It's breaking my heart. It's breaking my heart. Oh my gosh, it's breaking my heart. I can't deal with this. I hate hearing Seth. I hate hearing Seth because I know this man's broken. I hate hearing him. I hate hearing his pain because I know he's broken. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know he's broken. Who wouldn't be broken at this point, right? Because I got to be honest with you. Hey, Sammy, it's nice to see you. Tangled Cords, it's nice to see you. Seth has held on. He has believed, and I got to tell you, he never believed Katie could hurt his kid. All this time, this man has never believed Katie could hurt his kid. Betty, are you expecting phone calls? Are you expecting phone calls live? Oh, am I live? No, we're not doing calls today. And if I was, it would be the real me too, because usually I didn't realize last year we did the stuff into the office and she was able to call in, but this year we did it on my phone and she couldn't call in on the phone. So if I'm going to put anybody up here, it's going to be the real me too. But Seth's life, almost 2 years now, doing everything possible to find his son. Exactly. And I got to tell you, you know, he's the one out of all this, you know, no matter what Chris and Katie want to sit here and say, and their freaking hate channels and their freaking bullshit people that want to talk crap about him, you know, they want to sit here and talk all this mad cash shit about Seth Rogers, right? But at the end of the day, Seth Rogers never, still to this day, I mean, I haven't talked to him in a little bit, you know, about this. Hey, tap dancer Lizzie. Judy, it's nice to see you, love. But still to this day has never believed Katie would ever hurt his son, would ever unalive his son. And that is the biggest misconception out of everything, is because we see despicable moms on this show. We see despicable moms doing terrible, terrible things to their children. We're coming off of one that I did not believe even had the balls to hurt her child, let alone to do it so brutally and so heartlessly, the way that Ashley Buzzard unalived her 9-year-old child. And for people to sit here and argue with me about a military-trained mother that is just completely rocked in the head, and you're going to argue with me about whether she's got it in her to be able to do something that Ashley Buzzard did? You cannot tell me that Katie doesn't have more balls than that woman. She absolutely does. And it scares the shit out of me, excuse my language, what Katie truly did to Sebastian when we're looking at freaking Ashley Buzzard. It's now a bang. Exactly. Exactly, Lisa. Oh, by the way, thank you, love. I got your messages. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your contribution. I appreciate you. And it's now a bang. And it really does put a whole new twist on things now, especially in light of Ashley Buzzard. Samantha says, I really know something about this case, but I don't get a chance to say it. And the first time I called in your channel last year, I really struggled to speak. Oh, that's right. You're the one with the cute voice. You're the one with the little voice. You're the one with the little voice. I think I remember you. Samantha. Nero, it's nice to see you watching the Melody case. It has made me think revenge for KP, in my opinion, possibly. Yeah, because, I mean, it did happen on the 8-year milestone. I mean, they were married 8 years. Think about the irony of this. They were married for 8 years. On February 26, 2016, Katie files for divorce from Seth. 8 years to the day, February 26, 2024, her son disappears and is never seen again. I don't know about you, but that seems a little odd to me.
Of course, and we're all praying with you. Trust me, brother, we are all praying with you. If you mind me asking, what Where were you when you got the phone call that he was missing?
Well, I just got off of work at 7 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And I turned around and I got to my vehicle, got in there, and there was a text message from the stepfather. Call me, it's 911. And I called him, and he told me that Maxwell was missing.
So you guys hear that? He called him. This was before we were even working with the timeline. So 911, I need to speak to you. I really bad anxiety. I need to say something. You can email me, hun. You can email. We're on a new system. You haven't been here in a while. I'm on OBS. It's a little more difficult than just setting up a phone and letting you call in. Unfortunately, I can probably do it for tomorrow, but I won't be able to do it tonight. We're already through the majority of our show. I think we should already be like an hour and a half, just about an hour and a half ways through the show right now. So you can send me an email, or you can wait until tomorrow, and I'll remember. I'm write down on my show phone call-in show. Call-in show. Well, tomorrow is Saturday. Tomorrow is my play date, is my best friend's day. So it'll be early in the morning, or you'll have to wait until Sunday afternoon or Sunday afternoon. Maybe we'll do Sunday afternoon. Sunday afternoon. We'll have a call, Samantha. We'll have a call-in show on Sunday afternoon for you. I'd rather call in. Okay, well then we'll have it Sunday afternoon, because I don't think you're going to be up Saturday morning. We might be rolling Saturday morning at 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning. It depends on when I get up. But thank you, Stephs. It's nice to see you. Thank you. Oh, thank you. She says, thank you, Betty, for your dedication to Sebastian and Seth. You stand for truth and justice no matter how you were treated so unfairly by those that are in that corrupted town. Thank you. That means a lot. That means a lot. I appreciate that. Let's get back to this, because, Seth's upset. But this tells us, right here, this is from March 14th, he's always kept to his story. His story hasn't altered. His story hasn't altered at all. Chris and Katie's, on the other hand, it's modified every single time they speak about it. Not one story has ever been the same. All right, Samantha. So just be here. It will be Sunday afternoon, probably around 2 or 3 in the afternoon on Sunday. So set your alarm clock.
Yeah.
And I left from there and drove straight to his mom's house. And I was there all day waiting for some type of information. I saw him bring the dogs in. I was sitting there watching police come in and out, ask questions.
Yeah.
And they
Contaminating the crime scene. Oh, thank you, sweet Jenna. It's nice to see you. Thank you.
asked those questions, of course. And they're, the first thing they did is, where were you? And I'm like, I've been at work for the last 12 hours.
No, the way I understand it, Veronica, we may have to go back and figure this out, but if I recall correctly, there was a phone call. He didn't pick up his phone, and they texted him. And I believe the text came in at 6:22, but if I recall correctly, the phone call to his phone was before the text message. Now, it could be opposite. It could be the text message came in, then the phone call, but it was all around that 6:20, 6:22 time frame, 11 to 13 minutes before they even called law enforcement. We did get that out of him. So that's how I understand it, at least, but somebody might want to check on that. Going to sleep, it's 11. Oh, bye, Phil. Have a good night. See you in the morning. Lisa B always says the voicemail came in at 6:17. So the voicemail came in at 6:17, and the text message came in at 6:22. Because I remember it being 11 more minutes before they called the We might want to make the timeline, actually. Kai J, True Crime Campfire, it's nice to see you. I think it was an attempt to frame Seth. It very well could have. It very well could have been. It very well could have been. I feel strange. I'm torn. I think Seth is innocent, but the date coincides, makes Seth look guilty, like revenge for filing divorce, or the opposite, because I always thought it was Katie. Katie was the pursuer of the divorce. Katie was, Chris and Katie are the ones that wanted to get rid of Sebastian. They've been trying to get rid of Sebastian and get Sebastian over in Seth's care since October of 2022, and he was just about to go over to him. It took him 14 months to get his schooling and stuff set up for Sebastian, because he couldn't just go straight from that school to this school over in Clarksville. They had to set up ABA. They had, or AB whatever, I think it's ABA. They had to set up online schooling so he could do the ABA and online schooling until he got adjusted, and then he could go into the regular school there. So there was a lot of stuff that went on in that. So I'm not sure, I guess it's all, it can all be up for interpretation. Sammy, it's nice to see you. That's his opinion, though. I've always wondered why Seth didn't go straight home, because he said if Sebastian ever ran away, he knows he would have gone to his house. Well, I think it's because by the time he got off work, if we recall correctly, there was an entire, the entire army came in. They said it was by 7 o'clock it was popping, and so he would have gotten off and would have called, and they would have said, you need to get over to the house. He probably wasn't thinking going to his house. He was probably just thinking, they just told me I need to get over to the house immediately, and that's probably what he was thinking of. He was probably just on a one-track mind. Trust me, I would think that it would be pretty shocking just to hear that your child's missing. I think that would kind of almost freeze you. I mean, you're not thinking logically at that point, at least in those few minutes after. I would have to, this is assumptions. This is just assumptions, okay? I don't know one way or another, just to let you guys know. Seth is 100% innocent. I absolutely believe that. He couldn't be on his phone while he was at work, so he didn't get on the phone until he got... I think he had just pulled up to work, because think about it, 6:33, he waited until 6:33. He wanted to make sure he was at work before he made that call to law enforcement. I don't think he was quite at work yet. And that's why it took 33. I think that's the reason why it took 33 minutes. Because if you look at what it takes to get from his camper to that job site at that time, it takes about 20 to 30 minutes to get from Horn Lake, Mississippi over to his job site in Memphis, Tennessee. I drove it in the afternoon, and it took me 23 minutes. So I'd have to think in the morning, when everybody's hustling and bustling to get to work, that it might be a little slower. I don't know, though. I don't know. I didn't drive that time from Horn Lake. Or maybe I did. I just forgot. I can't remember. But let's listen.
Yeah. They turned around. They took our phones. Make sure that everything that we stated was verifiable.
Right. And he's not known, Sebastian's not known, as you said as well, he's not known to just go and wander off or to just run off the way that he did, correct?
Correct. He's never been one to do that sort of stuff.
So if you mind me asking this, and this is going to be kind of, I got a few tough questions to ask you. I know if you don't want to answer them, then that's totally fine. But when you went into the house, was there anything different or anything off maybe in the house when you were there?
No, I walked in the house. It seemed normal. Everything was clean. Everything was pristine like it normally is.
Like it normally is.
Except for his room.
I gotcha. Except for his room. Okay. Have they been out? Has the stepfathers, has the stepdad and the mom, have they been out searching at all, or have they just stayed home?
From my understanding, my talks with Chris and by their kitty. They've been out putting flyers and posters in the ground.
Okay. Okay. I do have another question, because you did make a statement.
So this is when they were saying that they were going out and putting flyers and stakes in the ground. And when Chris was asked about it, he basically said his family was doing that. So I don't even know if they physically went out and did anything for their son. I guess only people that would have seen them out doing stuff would know whether they did stuff. From my understanding, the mom and stepdad did nothing.
It was in an article. It wasn't, I don't know if it was in this video that we just watched, this interview, which, by the way, there's a longer version of this interview, right?
I haven't seen the interview. I mean,
okay.
I was interviewed, but I haven't seen it yet.
Okay. Okay. But there is something that you said in the interview that was actually put into an article. Said something about there was no scent. Okay. Like the dogs weren't picking up a scent, but one dog followed a scent out into a construction site and then it disappeared. Could you maybe expand on that or explain a little bit more about that?
One of the dog handlers told me first day,
wow,
Monday, that the dog popped to a trail and they followed it and went all the way around and it ended in a construction site, but it ended. It's like there was nothing there.
Right. And that's a little odd.
Which
right?
Leads me to believe that, well, if it ends, normally the scent ends when you stop traveling on foot.
Usually it ends when you stop traveling on foot. And remember, that was the only time we heard of any scent being picked up. And then we were immediately told by Eric Craddock that the scent was a false positive hit. There were 2 different false positive hits. One in the retaining pond and one that went and just stopped, like he said.
From my understanding, that would mean that he got into a car.
If he got into a car, just so I understand the construction site itself, did the scent stop in the middle of the construction site, or did it stop on the side of the road? Me. Ah, okay.
They didn't tell me.
Okay, because I'm curious
because
how.
I'm the most.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm not. No problem. I'm not part of that sheriff's department, so
yeah.
They're not going to share information with me.
Of course.
On top of that, I'm emotionally attached.
Right.
So they don't want me involved.
This is interesting because he's talking about the day that this was happening. And usually when there is a missing person, and only a missing person and not a criminal investigation or a homicide investigation, usually law enforcement is very free with information because we've seen it in the past and we know their protocol, and usually they're very free. And this is kind of also a telltale sign for this channel for when it actually goes to like a criminal investigation or a homicide or death investigation. Then things get really close to the chest. But he's saying that this close to the chest thing happened very, the days, those first few days, which is very interesting to hear from him, because that's telling me that law enforcement is withholding that information and already holding it close to the vest at a missing person stage, which kind of implies that they were already expecting this to be a criminal investigation. So that is a little strange for me. Well, if anybody believes KP hasn't taken LD test and passed, confirmed by Seth, then I'll know what to say. I don't know what to say. We either believe everything it says or nothing, if that's the case, in my opinion. Has it taken LD? What is LD and LD? What is an LD? What do you mean by LD? I don't know what LD. I mean, I've heard a polygraph test, but not what's an LD. Tammy, I've never looked at a lie detector test. Okay, that's what you meant by LD. Lie detector. I never took a lie detector. There's a reason why I don't hold up, and there's a reason why they don't hold up in court. There is a reason why they don't hold up in court. But there's also another test that they take in conjunction with the lie detector test that does hold up in court. Veronica B, Lord, please let me keep my mouth shut. What concerns me, if they both did and passed, why not take one with Nancy Grace then? Good question. Sammy, you're starting to sound like a person from a hate channel. I don't like you in my chat because there is nothing. I think you're getting way off base, and you're trying to take my channel into a different way. I don't care what you think about their age. Nobody's been able to produce jack shit to me on that front. Not even the stupid PI, the unscrupulous PI. So if you don't stop talking, we don't spread around misinformation on this channel. This is not like your normal channel. Sounds like you might be okay with the hate channels. Maybe that's where you belong. But I don't like the way that you're talking on my channel. So you either leave or get in line, or, just stop talking or be blocked. It doesn't really matter to me. I would have to be put to sleep, or anyone in my way looking for my... Exactly. It just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. Mom is more afraid of losing her husband than her son, it seems. Exactly. Just because I have a different opinion, no, because you're being nasty. It has nothing to do. What does that have to do with the missing child? That obviously happened, 16 years before this child? It has nothing to do with your opinion. It's you coming in here and being disrespectful to a person that we all highly respect. Somebody get that bitch out of my chat. This is how we roll. Don't come to the Bullhorn Betty channel thinking you own my channel. Okay? Because I'm about to put your little ass in timeout where you belong. God bless you. Merry Christmas. Okay? Have a great day. Sorry, wonder if the false positive results from the dogs could have been from the mixed scent from the family. That's what I've always thought, because I've always thought somebody from that house went that way. And that's the way it is. So, where the hell did Seth state that KP, and it wasn't. They did. They self-explained this. And actually, there may have been somebody that said, but see, this is the problem. Some of the stuff comes from law enforcement. I'm not 100 that I believe law enforcement in this area, just because I don't trust TBI. TBI sucks, right? TBI can't, if there's an actual missing person, they find them, and they're good in that respect. But if something happens to a child or a missing person and they're hidden, like, TBI sucks at their job when it comes to those type of cases, right? They can find missing kids fine, right? They can find missing people just fine. It's the ones that they need to think outside of the box and actually bring a body home that they suck at it. Okay, they don't know how to do circumstantial cases. They don't know how to think outside. I don't like TBI. I'm sorry, I just don't like them. I don't like them. I don't trust them. It's hard, and people are like, Betty, you're painting with such a broad. I don't care. Okay, they screwed up the Summer Wells case. We're here on the Sebastian Rogers case. I'm done with them. Okay. If people want to, give them kudos and stuff like that, I love law enforcement. It's just I don't know what's wrong in Tennessee. Okay? I don't know what's wrong in Tennessee. They need Florida law enforcement in Tennessee. That's what they need. They need Florida laws, and they need Florida law enforcement. They need to be schooled on how to do law enforcement in Tennessee. I'm sorry, and people can think I'm being rude and everything else. I don't care. I don't care. You know what? We had a child disappear at the same exact date as Sebastian Rogers. Our case is done. The person's behind bars literally for the rest of their life here in the state of Florida. He should have been put down like a rabid dog, but he wasn't. So if you want to look at the comparison between how Florida handles law and how Tennessee handles law, by God, we know what we're doing here. And they need to start taking some notes. They need to start taking some notes. We might have Sebastian Rogers' case solved. We might have Summer Wells' case solved. You know? But here we are playing patty cake with all these bad people. And everybody always saying this, that, and the other, and nobody giving clear answers, but everybody wanting something done, but nobody wants to speak. Everybody's, the integrity of the investigation. Well, you ain't doing anything with the integrity of the investigation. You might as well pass some around a little bit. Maybe we can help solve a damn case. Oh, but you know what? We got arrogance in Tennessee. We got these people that think they have balls when they have no spine or backbone, right? It's just awful. Do you want to move to Florida, LO? I do want to move to Florida. You should. You should. I like Florida. You know, we don't play around when it comes to our kids. If somebody, you know, and it's not that we're perfect, right? We're not perfect. So we do have people that are arrested for child abuse and horrible thing, but they're still arrested. We don't allow them to sleep in their bed at night. You know what I'm saying? We don't allow them to sleep in their bed at night. We arrest them immediately. We don't play cat and mouse games with these folks. If you can't produce your child's missing, you're a suspect, we tear your whole life apart. We bring our forensic teams in there. We pull your cars. We pull your houses. We tear things off hinges. We don't stop until we find the person or a body, okay? And if we can't find a body and it's going on too much, your ass is still going to jail. Why? Just because we don't like you. Your hair's a little messy. You got dirt under your fingernails. We're taking you on in, okay? And that's how we do it here in Florida. But we have laws here that support that kind of policing, right? And that's what I talk about. We don't color outside of lines. If we were coloring outside of lines here, I would be on it. In most cases, right? I don't really handle cases going on in my own community. I don't handle cases because I love my sheriff, okay? That's why. I don't want to have any problems with the sheriff. That's why I don't cover cases in my community. When I need to come in there and be a freight train, I need to be a freight train, okay? I can't look at a friendly face and run them over. It just doesn't work like that, okay? It just doesn't work like that. Let me at him, Betty. Let me at him. There you go. My Scrappy Doo. There's my Scrappy right there. There's my Scrappy. Scrappy Doo. Let me at him, Betty. Let me at him. Thank you, Outer Banks. Thank you. Let's keep going.
The investigation.
I gotcha.
So everything I do is pretty much on my own. If I go search somewhere, I'm under pretty much orders to turn around and call TBI and tell them where I'm going so that they know.
Yeah.
And Chris and Katie could have done the same thing, right? Chris and Katie could have done the same thing. Hey, little Miss Sharon, it's nice to see you. They could have done the same thing. But they chose to sit home and tell everybody they're not allowed to leave. Right?
They know I'm searching by myself.
Knowing he's searching by himself.
If I come up missing, they want to know where I was last at.
No kidding.
Because they don't want me coming up missing and my son being missing.
Right. So as far as a few things, though, I know you live somewhere else, but you were still very tight. You're still very tight with Sebastian. So I'm curious, did he tell you of any issues at school? Did he have any, was he dealing with any type of bullies, enemies, anything like that at school?
Not that I am aware of. I am tight with my son. I moved from California to Tennessee so I could be close enough to go pick up my son.
Oh, good on you.
Get far enough that when I pick him up, he's don't want to be in her backyard.
Right.
Because she's not my wife.
Understandable.
You know.
Yeah. That's respectful. And I totally understand what you're saying. And that's good on you, my brother, for wanting to be in closer proximity to your son. I think that's very endearing. Real talk. Was there any online forums or anything of that sort? Did he game a lot? Could he have been online somewhere
games.
talking to people? Yeah.
He played games at my house. My PlayStation is pretty much locked down for my own sake, because I don't. If I don't know you,
right,
I don't want you popping in to talk to me. So it's like everybody on my PlayStation that are on my friends list.
Yeah.
I know personally.
Gotcha.
So there's no way that he would have been talking to somebody without me knowing, because they're my friends. They're not his friends.
Yeah. No,
I mean, they would call me up and be like, your son's on your account, right? I'm like, yeah. I'm sitting next to him. He's in his recliner. I'm in my recliner.
Right. You guys are spending time together.
He's playing there, and I'm on my phone playing Call of Duty, and he's on the PlayStation playing Modern Warfare.
Right on.
I mean, I know what he's doing because I'm right next to him.
Yeah.
So it's like any conversations or anything that he didn't have the headphones.
Right.
So, and it's a PS4, it's not a PS5, so it doesn't pick up your stuff through the remote or anything.
Yeah.
So it's like the only way he would have had contact with any of them is if he had headphones on, and I made him not wear headphones because you're not going to talk to random people.
Right.
You don't know who, and I explained to him, you don't know who these people are. They could tell you one thing, and they could be some guy that's like in his 50s or something looking for some kid.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, those internet streets are dangerous, man. Those internet streets are dangerous. So let's talk about outside of the internet. Did he ever express any issues about his home environment at all?
Too many cousins sleeping with each other in Tennessee. That's what's wrong. Oh my God.
His stepfather's place.
Okay.
He liked the dogs. He was supposed to come live with me at the end of school. Summer break, he was supposed to move in with me full time.
I'm pretty sure this is when we found that out. This wasn't known to us at the time. This wasn't known to us at the cops here in what does it say? Hold on. Too many cousins. Yep. Yeah. Cops here in Reidsville, North Carolina, have a task force going to arrest you, Miss Crime. I lost count this year after I signed for my daughter's life in February. Not even jaywalking. I still believe the motive was the court case the following week. Well, we got to understand that I think Chris was abusing Sebastian, and if they called him to testify, him being 15 years old, I don't think they would have been able to prevent him from testifying. I don't know. It's possible, It's possible. It seemed like he was very quick to get a hold of Nina to cancel the hearing. I mean, he was able to go to work with his stepson missing. Why couldn't he go to court with his stepson missing? I don't understand how it didn't affect him when he was working. He wanted to stay there. He would have worked an entire day with his stepson missing. Why was that a reason to cancel the hearing? I don't know.
Oh, wow. He was supposed to... Oh, wow.
This is this is what both me and him have wanted for years.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I understand that. And now you're out looking for him.
Now, I gotta find him so he can come live with me.
Yeah. Yeah, I understand. Of course, I'm not...
I want you guys to remember, Seth moved from California his son was everything to him. His son was his entire life. His son missing, his entire life basically ended. Katie did that. He knows that she hates him. Does she hate him that much? Does she hate him that much?
I'm not trying to point any blame or anything of that sort. But you know, the situation in which he just vanished into thin air is very suspicious in my personal opinion. What are your thoughts as far as him vanishing in the way that he did vanish?
I'm missing something. Like I've stated since day one, none of this makes sense.
Yeah.
There's something missing out of this puzzle, and I don't know what it is. And I hope that law enforcement has figured out the missing piece so that they can bring my son back to me.
Nobody understands. Nobody understands. And then we get a neighbor of Proudfoot spill the tea. Let's read what this has to say. I live in the neighborhood. I wanted to confirm a couple of things I have seen posted today. I received a message on Thursday to watch their house as there could be Ellie headed to the house. Where my house is located, I cannot see the front of their house, but I have a clear view of the entrance of our neighborhood and into Stafford Court. I also have friends over there I have reached out to. As we all began to watch, I began to notice random SUVs driving up Kellen Lane, turn around at Devon Court cul-de-sac, go back down to Kevin Lane, turn on to Stafford Court, then leave. This happened several times. I noticed at least 5+ SUVs doing this over a 30-minute to an hour time span. It was very odd, and I had a feeling something was up. I confirmed with these neighbors that at least 2 of these vehicles were in fact undercover agents. I was told 2 stopped at the house and went in. They are definitely surveilling them. And what it feels like, the entire neighborhood. I can also confirm Chris hooked up his camper to his truck this afternoon and left. Katie followed him. I have no idea where they went. As of 2 hours ago, neither have returned. This is when they left the state. This is when they left the state. They left the state while there was a huge search underway for their son. It hadn't even been a full 30 days, and they took off. I would also like to add, unless you live here, you have no idea what we've all been through. I don't mean that selfishly, but if you are on track that the Proudfoots know what happened, you understand what I mean by this. We are a small neighborhood that has always been very quiet. We've never been through anything like this. This has shaken us all to our core. We all have felt safe up till now. We are all on edge. We do not know what happened in that house. Listen to this. We do not know what happened in that house. The more I hear from good, reliable sources, the more I'm sick. If Sebastian was hurt in that house, that happened right under our noses and no one realized it. That's disgusting. The idea that the Proudfoots hurt that child in that house in our neighborhood causes all of us a great deal of pain and unsettling. I meet with a few of our neighbors today. We all feel disgusted by what happened and what may have happened. This has rocked us and changed how we feel now. We do not feel safe right now, especially us women. As parents, we are sickened by this. Whatever happened around us. We are all sickened by all of this. Mostly, we are heartbroken for Sebastian, Seth, and his family. I kept asking, how do we not know? How could this have happened right here in front of us? And lastly, the rumors going around about someone in our neighborhood having an affair with Katie. Just so you all know, none of us ever suspected that. and have no idea who it is. Well, the ones I have spoken to have no idea. Again, this was something that I tried to explain very, very early on. It was not something that I believe. Outer Banks says, I love that you are going back to the beginning. Oh, thank you. Yeah, we need to remember. We need to remember a lot of stuff has transpired. Hey, Reba, it's nice to see you. I still don't like your county. I still don't, but I love you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. Yes, we need to go back to the beginning. And we're going to go back to that. So here we got it right here. This morning, let's look at what date this is. This is March 24th. This has not even been 30 full days since he disappeared. Not even 30 full days. And earlier that day, on March 24th, the Proudfoots hooked up their camper and took off. You know why they took off? They took off because people were out there doing a massive search. I believe there was over 50 people out there doing a search with Seth Rogers, and people reached out to the Proudfoots to see if they wanted to come out and help. And they told them they couldn't go out and help because law enforcement told them they had to be home. Well, that evening they were seen eating at a barbecue joint. And it's like, well, what the heck? 2 weeks after Sebastian disappeared. This morning, the Proudfoots, stepdad's truck and RV hooked on it. Both are now gone. Where is Sebastian Rogers? Where is Sebastian Rogers? It's possible that Chris and Katie Proudfoot had gone to Atlanta to tape the Nancy Grace in person, which we found out was not true because we know Nancy Grace, they were in their camper. They were in their camper. But Betty, and at least they left Sebastian a blanket and water. Yeah, they left him some food like a freaking dog. I have never in my life. What rotten people. JLR, without getting arrested because we don't want that. But please push through. We need to know, blah, blah, blah. Everybody's sitting there rooting them on, saying keeping the information going. And then this is what we hear at the very end in April 16th, a couple weeks after they took off in their
search
camper.
For missing 15-year-old Sebastian Rogers.
The Sumner County teen was last seen at his Hendersonville home at the end of February. He's been missing ever since. News 2's Mai Owens is at the WKRN.com alert desk with these new details. Mai.
Well, Bob Haley, we have confirmed Sebastian Rogers' biological father has now hired 2 private investigators to look into his son's disappearance. Now, that's according to the Sumner County Sheriff's Office. The sheriff told us he briefly met with the investigators this afternoon. They've reportedly interested in researching some of the areas around Sebastian's home.
I think this is when they met with Sonny Weatherford. I think because this is a statement from the sheriff himself. Let's listen to what she's saying.
Briefly met with the investigators, the 2 private investigators to look into his son's disappearance. Now, that's according to the Sumner County Sheriff's Office.
That's according. So the Sumner County Sheriff is the one. Hey, Spencer. Chris gave Katie an ultimatum and Katie chose Chris. I agree with that.
The sheriff told us he briefly met with the investigators this afternoon. They've reportedly interested in researching some of the areas around Sebastian's home. In the days immediately after Sebastian went missing, search crews covered miles and miles of land, but repeated searches didn't turn up any new leads. The search took investigators as far as a landfill in southern Kentucky, where the trash in Sebastian's neighborhood reportedly goes after it's picked up. That search also turned up nothing. Now, Sebastian's father, Seth, has launched searches himself, going as far as West Tennessee. He told us today he's doing everything he can to find his son. Hey.
So there is the incorporation of the landfill. We have to remember, back in the time when this stuff was happening, were they really looking at a child that ran away from home? No, they weren't. They were looking at streams. They were looking in landfills. They were looking in every place where a child would not thrive and would most likely intentionally wind up, right? So it makes us wonder, what were they asking themselves, and what absolutely solidifies my position, and I believe that they've been looking at Katie since the beginning of this case. I truly, truly, truly believe that they've been looking at Katie since the beginning of the case. Why? Because they will look at all the parents involved. Who was the only person around this child? Chris was in Memphis, Tennessee, or Horn Lake, Mississippi. Seth was at work. There was nobody else. Just Katie. Just Katie. Just Katie. Just Katie. I don't think that law enforcement is going to overlook that very crucial fact, because we know no matter where you are in this country, they're going to look at the closest people to you. Why? Because statistics tell us they need to look at the people closest to you. So do I think Sumner County is looking at Katie? I do. Why have they not made an arrest? Because we know Tennessee will not make an arrest without a body. I have not seen a crime be committed yet. A person losing their life that was well hidden. I've never seen anybody in the state of Tennessee ever. And even the one that everybody brings up, oh, yes, they did do a circumstantial case. No, they did not. He admitted to the crime and then recanted. I don't think Tennessee has one case that they've ever brought forward without a body. That is just, that makes no sense to me. That tells me 100% that they do it wrong. Because in 2025, long before 2025, they should have had a lot of other stuff. I mean, there are so many things that track us this day and age. They don't need witnesses. Okay? They don't need witnesses. They just need to build cases properly. Okay? And I truly believe that there are at least some of these cases, maybe not all of them. I'll give them that. Maybe not all of them. But in my opinion, there are still at least some cases they could be bringing forward without a body. I think Summer Wells is a prime example. That was a 5-year-old girl. A 5-year-old girl. She's not doing anything without her parents. There's no evidence that anybody else was on top of that mountain but her parents. So where the heck is the little girl? She's gone. And it took them 2 hours to call law enforcement after her disappearance? Cut it out. Cut it out. I'm tired of Tennessee. Either poop or get off the pot. Actually, just sign your resignations over and let's get some new blood in Tennessee. That's what I'm calling for. It's time for new blood in Tennessee. It's time for a top-down approach. And any state that conducts themselves the way Tennessee is conducting themselves. TBI does not investigate cases well. They don't. They find people that are missing. They do that very well. But what about the ones that aren't missing, that are deceased, that are hidden really well somewhere in their state? They don't know what the hell they're doing. It's like the blind leading the blind, and they make so many blessed mistakes. Look at Sebastian's house. One of the critical statements that Seth made on Pascal that everybody missed, and I didn't stop it because we're going to listen to it again, is the fact that when he says, well, what happened that morning when you came in? Oh, mom of 9.5 gifted 5 Bullhorn Betty memberships because I'm a love machine. If you received your Bullhorn Betty membership, welcome to this crazy family we call the Coffee Club, i.e. the Insane Love. Grab your straitjacket in your padded room. Mags 50, Starla, Simply Southern, Teresa, and Greta Land? Rue? If I said that right? Welcome! Yay! But I have to be honest with you. You know, when we're going back and listening to all of this stuff, what is it telling us? It's telling us Katie, who was the one driving like a NASCAR, according to at night Creative Intelligence, but so far they haven't put out bunk crap. I don't like the fact that they say that Chris is cleared. I'm not there yet. But at the end of the day, Katie isn't. Katie was the only one alone with this child, was the only one that was in the house with this child when this child disappeared. And she's the only one that left that house that morning. Where did she go? Where did she go? Did she truly just go up to the school and back? Or did she go somewhere else? Did she go across the street to Horsham's? Did she meet somebody? Somebody was sitting on the side of the road at 5:30 to 5:45 in the morning, near her house, in the trajectory she was driving. At least 6 people believe that person was Kathy Bowersox. And she pleaded the fifth, and she lawyered up. And she wouldn't have America's Most Wanted in her house. Why? Something was different in that house that they did not want somebody to notice. Whether it was his room being redone and all of his stuff removed from the house, something was not right with that home. But it also could be because, from what everybody's saying, is they moved out of the home. And they're renting it out. Why would they move out of the home unless something bad happened inside that home? Things just don't make sense, and they are acting like suspects, not victims. They're acting like suspects, not victims. They fled the area. They've left the home. They've never begged for their son to come back. All they've ever done from interview to interview is try to convince us that it ain't them. Meanwhile, their father has been out here. His father has been out here begging for his son, speaking directly to his son, speaking directly about his son, always showing pictures of his son, always being out there, never turning down a lead and never staying inside the house just because law enforcement told him to. He has been out there fighting tooth and nail for his son. Tooth and nail. Many people don't understand what it's like to lose a child and how angry you get at law enforcement. I'm angry at law enforcement because I feel like they didn't give this kid an opportunity at success. I felt like they gave up on this case before it ever got started. I feel like they dropped the ball and screwed things up before it ever got started. But I have to remember there are still going to be some things that they got right. I got to try to figure out what it is. But there's no way in my mind that I can ever think that law enforcement is not looking directly at Katie, because Katie was the last person with this child. And there's an unexplained disappearance of this child. And when I mean unexplained, right? She's saying he walked out the door, but she has no proof he did. And there's definitely no evidence that he walked out the door. The only time anybody has left the house, according to law enforcement, is her the next morning. Many people wonder, did she take him out of the house in her car? We dismissed it. I've dismissed a lot of things in the Ashley Buzzard case. Am I too quick to dismiss that potential possibility of Sebastian being taken out of the house that morning before law enforcement was called? And if so, where would she have put him? Because that whole place was saturated with law enforcement. There's only one place that was nearby that she could have sunk him, and that was in that little pond behind Worsham's, which is in the direct, even if everybody says it wasn't Kathy out there, right? The child had to go somewhere. There's no evidence he willingly left the home, and he would have never willingly left the home for an extended period of time without shoes and socks. So the only person that left that house was Katie Proudfoot. Beach storage. Why no charges at all? Beach storage. It makes you wonder, did Chris stop by beach storage before he took off to go pick up his camper that he never brought back? Makes you wonder. Makes you wonder. Unit 10. Everybody's saying Unit 10, beach storage. Makes you wonder if there was a cadaver hit in there. Hello, Betty. Chat. It's been a while since I caught a live. It's nice to see you. We'll catch you on the replay because we're getting out of here, Batgirl. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas. Parental abduction. Yeah, but it's kind of hard for a parent to have a parental abduction when they're the ones wanting to get rid of the child. Right? And Seth was getting ready to take the child. All they were trying to do was get through the last part of this year, and Sebastian was going to his dad's and was going to be living with his dad. Something happened. Where was he? Where did he go? Let me know, guys. Either in the chat box, let me know. We also have a Facebook, a Justice for Sebastian Rogers Facebook group. So get over there. Start posting back in there. Start posting what your theories are. Let's start looking at this. This is a lot of great information we forgot about. We forgot about a lot at the beginning. We've got to go back to the beginning. We've really got to go back to the beginning. There's been so much stuff that happened and so many things that we just don't know what's facts and fiction anymore. We've been listening. Now it's time to get back down to brass tacks. In my opinion, speaking of the Stauchs, if they were innocent, they wouldn't have had a problem living under scrutiny of their neighbors. The neighbors believing they did something to Sebastian. And many people don't. You know, parents. Seth has had to go through it. Seth has done it. And everybody else is complaining. And it's like, well, you know what? We watched what the hate channels did to Seth, and he was on camera during the time of Sebastian's disappearance. He was literally on camera. Can you imagine if he did not work through the middle of the night? How much worse this would have been for Seth. Chris and Katie are pure evil, and they're pure evil for getting those slime dirtbags, those frickin' felons, involved in this case. It shows you how desperate they are. It shows you just how desperate they are. Why don't they look at camera footage of the path from the house to the highway? Oh, I'm sure they have. There's nothing. There's nothing. According to, we got to go back to that leaked video, audio from the PIs, and you can hear what Sonny Weatherford said. And I'm pretty sure they did. There's nothing. There's nothing. So this will be interesting. This will be interesting. All right, guys, rock it out with your coffee beans out. Don't forget to be fearless. If you see something, say something. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And until next time, please be safe, but more importantly, kind to one another. God bless you, and we will see you all very, very soon. Tomorrow morning, bright and early, folks. Bright and early. God bless.